Good morning, good morning. It's lovely to have you here. I can see Kerry Ann and some others. I'm just going to monitor on my iPad, which means I've just got to shift out of gear with some of these things I've already got open. I'm trying to find my soulpreneurs because that's the one I need to monitor at the moment. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And here we have Kerry Ann in the comments. Thank you for being patient. And we've got my Psychic Online website there, and that's in YouTube, so that's proving YouTube's live. And here is my page in Facebook that's also posted there. We do have Caitlin over here in my profile. Lovely to see you, Caitlin, because that's coming through. And oh my God, no sound again? Oh. Oh, goodness, I've muted the wrong one. Good morning, Caitlin, and everyone else who's on my profile page. Yes, I'm rosboundy psychic medium, pressing buttons and all sorts of things, bringing to you this morning's daily Lenormand card spread reading. And yeah, I'm goofy, aren't I? I just muck up some things sometimes. Yeah, but that's all right. We keep going, don't we? And as well as Kerry Ann, we've also got Nat on my page. Wonderful to see you. Bit chilly this morning. It sort of is. I've got an absolutely beautiful day outside. It is looking like it's going to be glorious. There's sunshine, clear blue skies, and this is a lovely little weather report for Michaela's benefit. Can't see a cloud in the sky at all, but it is chilly. You are so right. Now let's get going, and that's better, Caitlin? Yes, it should be. So those who are on my page won't see the comments that go up that go direct to the profile, because I am using BeLive and Ecamm coexisting together this morning, two separate feeds. But that's okay. Let me just see. Yes, it looks like my live stream into Soulpreneurs is there. Now that will probably show up. I'm not sure if there's a link in the descriptions to join the Lenormand card space in the Soulpreneurs app. It's a freebie. I do that for free, so you can join in there if you don't want the noise of every other software, social media thing pulling you aside. Now, let's get over to the cards. Here we go. Connecting with your spirits. Lovely set of cards. Oh, not quite over enough. I thought I was. There we go. That's the benefit of having a very nice, compact, portable fold-up table to do this. Here we are. What matters most is how you see yourself. That's the hour's wisdom for the day today. And we are all perfect in our imperfections, so see yourself as perfect. I do. There we go. It's the way you live your life around that matters, isn't it? So, and I'll just checking the chat streams. And here we go. Caitlin's got a thank you for the wake-up call. Right, I'm going to gather my little guidebook because this is the deck that we're using, the Fairy Tale Lenormand still. It's by Arwen Lynch and Lisa Hunt. It's a beautiful deck, and it does go into some rather detailed stories here. Now, because we're looking at the cards now, I am going to zoom them in a sec. Stork, lilies and sun. It's really appropriate. Nice watery feelings there with the beautiful sunshine, and that will create clouds, won't it? This is supporting the clouds. So we'll see what the fairy tale cards say about clouds. I know in the Gilded Reverie Lenormand that they can be a negative or a positive. I don't think I've read the story of the cloud card with this deck now yet, because we haven't had it come in, I don't think, where I've read it. All the lilies. Could be fun this morning. Let's have a look. Stork, card 17. So Stork is about bringing in the babies, and this is the one that had the good boy had the live baby, the bad boy had the naughty had the dead baby. So it's about pregnancy, change, and delivery. So it really is more about the change here. Now, I'll just do this before we get right into the reading. Sorry from Caitlin to be annoying. No, it's not. How do you put subtitles on? I don't. It would be on your app, whatever app, phone type you're using, and I think it's called CC, closed captions. A little box with a CC in it somewhere on your screen if you tap it, and it would have CC. Not sure on a desktop. You can turn them on, turn it off that way. It's like a toggle. Okay, and that's all the comments I've got so far. Right, let's get into it. So with the stork, pregnancy change delivery. In the Tale of the Storks by Hans Christian Andersen, we learn how the stork first came to be a deliverer of babies. So it's the story of revenge but also of reward. So young boys tease the baby stork that grows up to deliver young siblings. The kind boy gets a live but I'm tongue twisting. The kind boy gets a live brother while the mean boy is given a dead one. When you see the stork, think about how you change your own world with love and kindness. So that's the change. Change is winging its way to your world when the stork spreads its wings. Okay, so we've got some change happening, something new. Then we've got the lilies here. That is card 30. Quickly go over to that. I don't know that I've had this before either. So the keywords are contentment, purity and harmony. So for the lilies, we feature the tale of the Frog Prince. He will sit on his pad until his true love sees him for something other than a frog. So for now, he's content to wait for that moment. He must learn to find harmony and peace in the purity of a heartfelt kiss. Lilies is a card that changes meanings with the cards around it, so it brings the knowledge that tranquility is at hand. Very interesting that that's above the clouds. Anyway, you can also find older people in this card because it is representative of age and the wisdom that comes with it, which is very similar to the Gilded Reverie. Of course, they all have similar meanings, no matter what brand of card deck you're using. So let the root of the lily sinking deeply into the water remind you of your own ancestral roots. It can also be a legal card. Remember that the Frog Prince broke the law of the land by being unkind to the old woman who was a witch in disguise. So sensuality can be the energy of this card if it's close to one of the person cards. Oh, maybe. So where are we? In the Lenormand, Lilies is a card that modifies other cards with a gentle touch. So it's definitely very compassionate around that today. Now we're going to move to the Sun card, which is keywords of opportunities, success and vitality. In the tale, Little Daylight, a beautiful young princess is cursed to sleep through each day and awaken each night transformed into an old woman. She's doomed until her hero arrives. When he sees her as an old dying woman, he feels sorry for the old woman, so he kisses her. That breaks the spell. You see the sun shining down on them in this card because he was successful. Surrounding them are resilient moonflowers, which represent the cycles Princess Daylight had to go through before her own reward came. So the prince took the opportunity to kiss an old woman out of the goodness of his heart. When the sun shines in your reading, good things are coming. And that is wonderful to know with this. It certainly is a rewards, it's patience, it's being compassionate and loving in these top three cards, isn't it? And supporting that for our cloud card. Clouds. Now I'll leave the names there. So we're looking now at the clouds, and that is the story of. Let's have a quick look. It is. Keywords are depression, confusion, sadness. I just need a sip of my tea. My lips have gone extremely dry. Oh, sorry about that. Excuse me. Keywords: depression, confusion, sadness. A young girl must go on a prince-finding journey in the Norwegian tale, East of the Sun, West of the Moon. Never heard of that tale. In this beast of a tale, the young beauty goes off to live with a polar bear. She misses her family, so the bear allows her to go home with a warning that her mother will try to confuse her. He says if she lets her mother speak to her one on one, that their happy life will come to a terrible end. Even with the warning, she succumbs to her mother. As he predicted, she lets the mother's words confuse her. Her actions bring bad luck to her and the bear prince. Eventually, there is a happy ending, but this is a tale of sadness that can transpire when confusion clouds your mind. This card highlights things that can go wrong. Where the clouds show up, gloomy thoughts shroud the situation. You should pay attention to the two sides of the cloud. So in a grand tableau, the dark side would show the negative and the light side would point to the brighter, lighter path. Now this for here, because our cloud card is the trunk of the tree or the stem of the fan that we are using as a spread, because it's called a fan spread, I would say that these other cards are showing the change that is needed, that is our loving compassion that will bring on this clearing of the clouds and the negative energy and shifting it into that is our positives. So know that clouds, even on a cloudy day, move on. They do not last forever. So feel that by the end of the day, you are going to be in that beautiful sunshine that's shown here of it can be probably a sad, challenging day, something that's going to bring to you some confusion, but you are going to have it clear by the end of the day. And seeing yourself as that perfect within all that, wonderful. So, and Caitlin's saying, yay for subtitles, so you finally got it going, did you? That's wonderful. And we have got Michaela over here now in our the page, the rosboundy page in Facebook, and saying a lovely chilly morning as well, and the wonderful, wonderful emojis. I thank you very much for that, and welcome Sunshiny Zone. And it certainly is reflected like that in the cards for today. So wonderful, isn't it? So that is our reading for this morning. Thank you for joining me. I'm just shifting that back. Have one last look at those cards. It is all going to bring out that wonderful ending to a day, the happy ending to our fairy tale story of our day today. Put it in that is the sense of childlikeness and fantasy, but it is our reality. We can create it in what way we want. Put that intention into what you want from your day, and knowing your own personal situations, have that is the heart shining out to everywhere with love. Thank you, thank you. Be the best you, and I'll see you tomorrow as usual. Namaste.